come here. Come here. All right, what's the rules?
We're gonna hit it. We're gonna hit it all the way down to the fucking GDS sign.
GDS sign?
Yep.
I'm just gonna pull
it. Hey everybody, Josh back here at CFT. Today we got done with our echelon project. We have the boarding done on it. So, as you've seen in the first video of before, we'll do it again. Once again, we're going to go ahead and do the full metal jacket. Stuff to begin with, you know? Mm-hmm. So, alright, what I'll do is whoosh, 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 you know? Quick little talk and then you can figure out everything.
Alright, I'll figure it out.
So, yeah.
My name is Daniel Green, and I met Josh through a few mutual friends. You know, we had a hobby of automotive together, and he was a fabricator, and I needed a fabricator. But what I didn't know coming here is that it would forever change my life. You know, he kind of settled me down. I was a wild man. I was a nomad. I was traveling all over the country drag racing. And Josh kind of provided some stability for me. He's like, hey man, like you can consider this your home base. If you ever need your truck worked on or whatever, you can just bring it back here and, you know, we'll handle business. And so that's what it was. This was my home base. To the extent that the city came here and wanted to kick me out because they thought I was living out front, you know. So we had multiple run-ins with the city politics here about me, you know, staying in the area. So that's kind of how I met Josh, and I would always bounce through here and hang out with them, and yeah, there was a lot of memories with Josh, man. Fireworks. Josh loved fireworks, and we would always go over to Missouri and get the illegal ones, you know what I mean, and bring them over here and shoot them off. But honestly, the memory that keeps popping up in my head is we went to an automotive event together, and we stayed in my RV. Well, on our way to the automotive event, we got pulled over in the RV, and we didn't get pulled over just by a state trooper, bro. We got pulled over by the DEA.
Really?
Yeah, the guy showed up. The guy came walking up to the RV and I opened the door, and Josh was sitting in the passenger seat and I was kind of in the driver's seat. And Josh opened the door and I was like, hey, how can I help you? And this guy had a big old DEA sticker right here on his shirt, bro. And I was like, damn. And Josh was like, damn, well, like, that was the DEA. Anyways, we got out of that. We went on down the road and we went to the automotive event together, and he was helping me shoot all this media, right? And well, we got done with our day one. We went to sleep, and I woke up, bro, and I could like hardly like it was so cloudy in the RV, and I was like, what the fuck's going on in here? I thought the place was on fire and whatnot. Dude, Josh was in the front of the RV, and he was sleeping in like the chair. But when he woke up, he put his foot down and he lit off the fire extinguisher, bro. The whole fire extinguisher, bro. The fire extinguisher went off in the RV, filled the whole RV full of fire extinguisher. Josh had fire extinguisher stuff from head to toe, bro.
Really?
Yeah. He had fire extinguisher stuff all over him, dude. And Grant was there. Grant was sleeping on the couch of the RV. Josh was sleeping in the chair. And Grant woke up. We were all coughing, bro. He had that fire extinguisher all over us. Yeah, bro. It's just like one of the fire extinguishers like on the wall over there. It was a big one. It was crazy. Anyways, that was one of my best moments with them. But we done a bunch of shenanigans stuff together. It was just, we done a bunch of stuff together. So, but that was one of the best moments, was when he lit off the fire extinguisher, and he was barely awake. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning, bro. He was barely awake. He just like woke up, put his foot down, and and we all woke up because we couldn't breathe and we thought the place was on fire. And he's like, no, man, I just lit off the fire extinguisher.
So how'd you get it all out? How'd you clear it out? You just opened the doors?
No, we opened up all the doors and windows, and we got the broom, and we started like sweeping it out. But it's still in there. I never like vacuumed it all out. It's still right there.
Yeah, that's some good memories, man.
Yeah. You know, to be honest with you, man, I don't think one can ever heal from something like this, a tragic event. I've never really lost a best friend. You know what I mean? I lost my parents. Throughout my life, I've lost friends, but I've never lost a friend in a tragic event like this. So, more or less, what I'm more concerned about right now in my life is ensuring that his happiness and his carefreeness that he portrayed to people continues to live on. You know, it's just, some people worry about the stupidest shit, and they ponder on something. That's never anything Josh did. You know, if an idea didn't work, that fool would rip the page out of the book and throw it away and try something new. You know, and that's really what people need to do in life, and that's what I'm gonna do. If shit don't work, bro, just rip the page out of the book and do something different. Going from automotive to gym to the disc golf stuff to rifles. Like he did, you know, if something didn't work or sell, sold it. You know, it's done. We're not going to do that no more. Well, as you guys can see, I'm sitting in his shop. The funny thing is, there's a lot of people not sitting here with me. You know? And with that being said, where we go from here is, you know, we're gonna clean up the pieces here. We're gonna clean what he left us. You know, possibly move to another location. Figure out, you know, what kind of designs that he made that we can continue, you know, to provide the market, because there's still a need for his designs, and he was one of the only ones that designed the stuff. So we're going to carry that legacy on, some of the stuff that he designed, and ensure the market and the customers are taken care of. It's going to be a while. But we'll get to that point where we can start producing stuff again. But other than that, it's just cleaning this place up, man. Like, he surely didn't leave us a clean slate. So
no one expected it.
No one expected it. No, so, but it is what it is, man. We'll get it cleaned up. You know, there's nothing that he couldn't do. There's nothing that we can't do. So we'll get it cleaned up and move on.
Is there anything that you want to tell someone watching this video right now?
If I could tell you guys anything, and it's kind of been my story for the last 3 years, is, you know, do what Josh did. Chase your dreams. Do what Josh did. You know, ensure that you're creating happiness. You're, you know, showing unconditional love. That's one thing that Josh really did well, man, is like, He loved everybody. Don't matter who the fuck you were, what color you were, what shoe size you wore. Like, if you came into the shop, bro, he loved you. He loved you until you gave him a reason not to. And that's ass backwards from today's society. Today's like, hey, respect is earned. Well, Josh gave respect to everybody until it wasn't. And that's important. And so, you know, love your people, build a community, and give respect. So that's where I'm going to finish this off.
Gotta go out there, tell everybody thank you so much for all the birthday wishes. It's been a hell of a day, all day today. Running a little late, gotta get the workout in now. Can't thank everybody enough. 37 years, never thought I was gonna make it past my 20s. Here we are. Hey, shit gets rough, times get hard. Just gotta be harder. Get out there, get it done.
My name is Kyle Potter. I met Josh. We were working together at Lacini Brothers, which is a fabrication company in St. Louis, Missouri. He just came in as a welder. I was working on the water jet, and that's where I met him. We kind of hit off a friendship because he was the closest welder to my area. And I would come and ask him to help me lift pieces of material to put it in the machine. And then Josh was just Josh. Josh talked to everybody. So we hit off a friendship. He would come over and talk. We bullshit. He'd help me out until he got yelled at to get back to his area, to get back to work, you know. And we just kind of hit it off from there. He was working there when he started CFT, I believe. I know he was doing a lot of stuff on the sides as CFT before CFT was official. And he came to me because he knew I had some CAD drawing skills. I wasn't just a water jet guy. And then he learned that I had an even bigger background than that in, you know, welding and fabrication and running other machines and stuff like that. So he came to me and asked me to start drawing some different car parts that he wanted to cut out of sheet metal and things like that. So he would bring me a part off a truck and say, I need you to draw this flange, and I would reverse engineer it and draw it for him. And then I started making parts for him when the business first really started getting going. Every new thing he would come, this is before I ever worked for him, he would have me draw stuff and make parts for him because I had access to another water jet at another place that I was teaching at, and I would produce parts for him. And I'd come out to his shop, you know, started in the garage. I'd come out to the garage and deliver parts to him, and he'd just still be out there evening time after I got off work. I'd bring him parts when I got off work, and you know, he'd still be out there, you know, getting after it, getting stuff done, having a good time at the same time. You know, that's just was his style.
Y'all came together from. So for how long were you working and just being co-workers till when y'all really started seeing that y'all were brothers?
We didn't really become brothers like that until later on, whenever I came to work for him at CFT.
What is your best memory with Josh?
Oh man, there's so many to choose from, man. We play pranks and stuff. I mean, we got a lot of stuff on video that a lot of people probably seen on social media already, because I mean, we thought it was funny. We used to do that stuff, you know. There's just gonna be there's not one that you can choose from, I feel like. Best memory, that's a good question, for real. I don't know if we can put some of those out on YouTube.
Dude, you gotta tell him about the Borat suit.
Oh, yeah. Luckily, he didn't never wear that when I was around, but he'd be here late night working and had this green thong that went over the shoulders, man. Y'all probably seen the profile picture. He was not bashful about showing his ass or anything else. So, but goofing around, Josh never took work too seriously. I mean, he was a man who knew how to get stuff done. And you know, we got stuff done, but we made sure we had fun at the same time.
Oh yeah.
So it's just all those memories of just the general vibe and attitude around here that is going to be hard to find elsewhere, or even hard to replace. But I'm gonna do my best to keep that kind of energy going.
Met Josh online through an Eco Diesel page. Just kind of befriended each other, and I supported him from day one. Always pushed for him to get further and further. My favorite memory? God, there's so many. I'd probably have to say my favorite memory is his constant good attitude, his drive, his laughter. You know, he, no matter what battle he was fighting, he was always going to smile. He was always going to find the best outcome, or the best part of the situation that he could, just to get through it. It was inspiring. How am I going to heal from it? I don't think one heals from a death, from any sort of situation. I think you find a little bit of closure. I think you find a little bit of happiness within knowing that the person you cared for, or the person that you loved, was also loved by so many other people. I already know this, but to see it firsthand, I think that's where closure comes.
How did you meet Josh?
I remember meeting him at PRI in 2017, but he says we met at Shide in 2016, which I don't remember. And it's not shocking either.
What's your favorite memory of Josh?
There's a lot. I don't think any big one. The slides at PRI with Johnny Gilbert, that was pretty fun. But I would have to say the cake sandwich night was a really good memory. This is the first night Josh roofied me.
How do you think you will heal from this?
I don't think I will. I miss him.
How did I meet Josh Chapman? Well, back in the Eco Diesel days, through Facebook, text messages, emails, and so forth, scheduling a time for me to bring my Eco Diesel into the shop and get some work done on it. Favorite memory of Josh? Every single one of them. Camping, UCC, showing up to the shop, you name it. Every memory of Josh is my favorite. Him walking through, talking to me about different stuff, which was way over my head because, as a cook, I didn't know shit about mechanical stuff. And his vast knowledge, just hearing him talk, it was like Greek to me. It's like, bro, I don't understand what you're saying. And then, our phone calls, sometimes they'd be 2 minutes, sometimes they'd be 2 hours or 3 hours long, especially when he got into guns. I already owned a gun shop, and we would talk, probably once a month for a couple hours on the phone about guns and ammo and so forth like that. How to get through this? Well, by remembering Josh and all the good times. putting one foot in front of the other. Keep moving forward. It's hard to do when you lose somebody to a drunk driver. It really is. And one of the ways I will, get through this and honor Josh is to make sure that nobody that I know will ever drive under the influence of drugs or alcohol. And hopefully everybody else will do the same. Because, I never should have gotten that phone call telling me that Josh was gone. And it's been a month, and it's still hard. I think about Josh every day. I miss my friend. I miss the phone calls. And I will cherish him for the rest of my life. Love you, buddy.
Yeah. Made you a fire. He said you're cold. That make you happy?
My name is Alex DeCini Jr. And how I met Josh. I met Josh through Team Venom Racing. Josh was my biggest sponsor. And one of the best friend I think I've ever had. We met in 2016 when he accepted to sponsor my truck, Black Widow. We talked on the phone for probably over an hour, and then I drove from upstate New York, where me and my wife live, Wendy, and all the way to Collinsville. I helped him open up the doors of his first business. I was there for that, and I'm proud to have been there for that. My favorite memory of Josh. I have TBI, which is hard to remember, but one of my funniest memories is Josh out of his element working on you guys' house, the garage. That was fun. It was funny watching him. We had, I really enjoyed it. We had a good time and learned a lot about each other. And I was one of the first ones outside the family that I was the first one outside the family that he told you were pregnant.
How you doing, Dustin?
Oh, I was doing fine 5 minutes ago.
I understand. But we're here today because I want to ask you, how did you get to know Josh? How did you meet Josh?
It's kind of stupid simple, if that makes sense. I met Josh through our buddy LJ, and I used to run around with LJ a lot back in the day, LJ Courtney. I remember I got off work one day, I was supposed to meet up with him, and we didn't have cell phones, we had CBs, so I'd be driving up down the road. He's not at his home, he's not at the back roads, trying to get a hold of him, couldn't find him. Get back to his house, his truck and Josh's Blazer was parked in the yard. So I come around the corner real fast and hop up in the yard, jump out of my truck like, hey man, where the hell you been? Been trying to get a hold of you. Josh standing there is like, dude, you kind of pulled up there quick, didn't you? Yeah, it's fine. No, that was really fast. What the hell, man? But who are you? I kind of knew of Josh, but I didn't know him at that point. I knew who he was because I met him once freshman year in a science class. We were doing a group discussion, and he was talking about how his mom threw out his Cartman bong. And I was like, I know who Cartman is, but I don't know this bong thing, so I'm just going to play stupid and not say anything. So we drive around that night, and pretty much from that night on, all through life, we would go up and down back roads, either Sobe energy drinks, a beer, something. And as we're going up and down the back roads that very first night, it just popped in my head like, hey, I need to get your phone number. We need to hang out more. He's like, sounds good, man. And that's as simple as it was, is from that moment on, almost every weekend, every day, we were doing something together. We'd wash my truck, I'd go to his house, next thing you know, he's got a bucket of mud and just douses my whole truck with it.
Yeah, he's known for pranks, huh?
Yeah, he'll help you fix something and then prank you on it and maybe even help you fix it again, just for a good laugh.
That's good. That sounds like Josh's energy, huh? So,
yeah, all through life, that was his energy.
Yeah? So what is your favorite memory of Josh?
Oh, shoot. I've known Josh like over 20 years, so we met in the summer of 2002. To have one great memory of him is hard. I'm trying to think of just all that. Actually, I can't think of one. It was when we were summer of junior year. We were 17, 2003. And this is where he got to really experience my dad. Like, my dad took him in as a son, and he would go with me to every family event, Thanksgiving, Christmas, to my dad's side, my mom's side, and I do the same with him. Like, I had a key to his parents' house. He pretty much just had to call ahead and he could show up at my house. That we were integrated in our family's lives that much. And when I think we were both 17, there's a place called The Edge, Laser Rock in Belleville. Back then it was a lot smaller. It did have a bar, had Laser Rock and arcade, that was it. And my dad and Josh and I went there, and there was a bunch of girls there. I'm not a very talkative person, so I had no confidence, but they were talking to us, so we were talking the whole night to them. Find out it's a youth group that was trying to convert us.
Oh, wow.
So it definitely took a left turn. My dad comes up, and he's like, hey, boys, you ready to go home? It's like, all right, let's drive him home, bud. So we get to the front of the house. I'm like, hey, can you help my dad to his bedroom? I'm going to take the truck, park it around back. We'll get my truck. We'll go back up there before curfew and hang out. So I go around back, park his truck. As soon as I come inside the back basement door, I hear a loud thud crash on the floor. I run upstairs. My dad is on the floor in his bedroom, passed out. Josh is just standing there.
Just lost.
Yeah, like, what happened? He's like, you're not going to believe it. I help him upstairs. We walk through the living room, gets his bedroom, and Daddy's like, you guys are good boys. I love you. Well, we love you too, Daddy. Here, you got to your bed? You're good? He's like, yeah, I'm good. And he's 2-3 feet from his bed, and he goes, whoof.
Uh-oh.
You okay? He falls forward, bounces off his bed, falls and lands on the floor. And it's like, well, guy's like 250 pounds, and we're 170 each. I'm like, he's fine there. Just leave him. We go out, try to find those girls. They're not there. So we just go up down back roads, come home. It's midnight. We smell something cooking in the house. The man had woke up, changed clothes, got a beer, and was cooking stir-fry shrimp. Like, don't you have something to do in the morning? He's like, hey, boys, thought you'd be hungry when you came home. It's like,
Your dad thought this? Your dad?
my dad did this. He passed away in 2015 due to all kinds of organ and failure of his body from not taking care of it. But we have a lot of memories of camping and doing stuff with him.
Man, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry, I'm doing the
You're fine. So he was a character in himself and enjoyed having Josh around. But like we have so many other memories just growing up, families camping together. Our night hikes were the best.
Night hikes?
Yeah, we go camping wherever we were. Excuse me. The girls would hang out, watch the kids, and me and him would just in the middle of the night go hiking in the woods or around the campground, wherever, just walking, talking, just sharing different random ideas. Like, how cool would it be to have a Halloween horror film themed campground where you have a Jason monument in the middle of the pond that you can see that lights up at night and themed cabins and stuff. I'm like, dude, I'm a horror fan. That would be fucking awesome.
So y'all seem like y'all were like adults but kids almost. Like y'all were like teenagers hanging out together, like hanging out in the woods and doing
The best way I can describe him is he was a person you could have a mature conversation with. Flip to a 6-year-old being stupid and random, and then flip right back to mature adult conversation again. Yeah. We were connected like mentally, physically for the most part, because we'd work out and try to match each other's strengths all the time. And then he got to a point where he just kind of surpassed me. If you haven't seen his Snapchat every Monday morning or whatever day it was, and he had that quote of him just curling and gives you some sarcastic quote of the day.
Yeah, that was Josh. That was a good spirit. Yeah. Now, my final question before I want to take up your time here is how do you think you will heal from this?
It's hard to say. I had an uncle that was a best friend of mine that passed away in 2005, and I worked with him every day. It took a while. I helped healing on that one. Josh left work, picked me up. We went out in the woods and were trap shooting, and just shooting our guns off and talking. My dad passed away. Time will heal all, but it's not going to heal it completely. Like he is the longest person I've known in my life. My best friend, my brother, like the connection we have, I'm never going to find that again. And it's just the memories. Like I have random moments where he pops up. Just gonna miss him a lot. So it's just gonna take a lot of time.
like you said, time heals all, and that was a great quote to live by, and that's something strong to hold on to. And 20 years of friendship, you can't replace that. 20 years of memories, you can't replace that. And from what I gathered from people that I interviewed and people that I talked to, it seems like y'all have a lot of memories to hold on to, and y'all got a lot of laughs and good memories, And I think,
Oh man,
I think y'all gonna be straight,
the laughs never end. I had a memory of what was it, Valentine's Day in 2008, because I had moved. No, 2009. I had moved out of his house in the summer of 2008. And my sister and I were living together in a house in Highland. We were both single at the time. He had a wife that was more like a recluse and didn't come out. Like, I remember being at the bonfire house, and she had the window shades open looking at us. Then we make eye contact with her, and she'd close them. I was like, she didn't want to be out there. But again, it's February. It's cold. We're having a bonfire, drinking homemade wine and beer, having a great time. And he is cold and says, like, I'm really cold, man. You know what? I'm going to sit in that fire. What the fuck? Yeah. Throw another pallet, sits right on there. We have a picture somewhere of it on Facebook of him just sitting there in his Carhartts getting warm. He caught on fire and got close to 3rd-degree burns. And I'm trying to put my friend out as hammered as I am, so I'm drizzling out every beer I have around us trying to put him out. Of course, he's laughing the whole time. He's not screaming in pain, just to ease you a little bit there. He's like, oh, that was not a good idea at all, man. No, but it was cool. He had a picture the next day of his bibs that he showed me, like they were just destroyed. Like somebody put gas on it and set on fire, destroyed. And like, well, now we know we shouldn't do that. There's just so many instances where it's like we learn, well, we just won't do that again. Like, if anybody's familiar with East Kirsch Road, there's a part of it where it just drops. And I've taken about my first 3 or 4 vehicles down that road to see how high I could get it. Because you would clear the ground about 5 or 6 feet, depending on how fast you're going, sometimes 8. And I kind of lied to him one of the times. We were in a F-150 truck, and we're on my way with my dad's to do some landscaping. And he's like, you're not going to do anything. Why are you taking this way? No, this is just shortcut, man. It's easier. But he's watching that speedometer slowly go up. He's like, please don't do this. Not right now. Not in this truck. This is a piece of crap. Like, it's fine. We're good. We're good. Gets up to 85. Right before we get to the hill, his last words were, I got to be high to do this, man.
Did y'all break the truck?
Well, I've never wrecked a vehicle like that. I hit the ground, sparks went everywhere. We were great. We get all the way to Carlisle Avenue in Belleville, and the truck just shuts off. Went through about 3 distributors and a couple of ignition modules, find out I did something horrible to that truck, and we scrapped it.
Okay. Well, that's crazy, man.
We did that kind of stuff a lot.
Now, my final question, part of this interview here is, what is something that you want someone to take away from this video? Something that you want someone to take away from this interview?
Hey everybody, Joshua CFT. Today, we got our 2023 Chevy 1500 in here. Everybody, we're back at the range with another Springfield Echelon with a Yankee Hill suppressor on it. We got 5 rounds of supersonic and 5 rounds of subsonic, so let's shoot them all out of this.
Friends. I didn't know Chapman was going to be there. Chapman didn't know I was going to be there. And the next thing you know, here comes this short sleeved Hawaiian shirt, massive dyed blowout haircut coming in a Jeep Wrangler, and I instantaneously knew who it was. and he pulled into the campground or the drive site there. And yeah, to be honestly, that was the first time in probably a long time that we had a chance to just sort of sit down, talk. We relaxed, no stress, no strain. We didn't talk about business, cars, trucks. Just absolutely got to sit back and just talk about the beautiful day, the beautiful time. We spent a few hours together that day, myself, Chase, and Chapman, just talking about anything and everything. That was a very peaceful moment and one of the greatest times. Just nothing to be on our minds or talking about other than just relaxing and having a good time. That was a memory that I will never forget, and I will certainly never forget what he was wearing when he pulled in that day, because you could spot him from a mile away. As far as how I'm coping with the loss of a dear friend and a brother, trying to just focus on exactly how Josh would have us do it. Focus on living your life, LIVIN, focus on your future, the things that make you happy, do what you want to do, check those boxes, and do things exactly how he did them. Have fun, meet people, focus on, the things that make them happy as well, help people grow while you grow. That was one of his greatest character traits. He was always working on the growth of others just as much as the growth of himself. So that's really kind of it in a nutshell. It's just day by day waking up saying, how can I be the best version of myself? And how can I make everybody else be the best version of themselves, and focusing on what we have here and what it is that makes us happy, and accomplishing those dreams. And that's how I plan to cope with it and how I am coping with it. It's not bulletproof. It doesn't come without its little hiccups in a day when you start to think back on those times. But it is a strategy nonetheless.
Hold you and don't you dare look down. Don't look down, no. No father wants his son to repeat the wrongs that is done. I want you to get it right, child. I won't always be here for you, so to yourself always be true. And if you get lost, use your inner light, child. Shine it and don't look down. Don't feast your eyes on the things that are on the ground. And if it gets hard to focus when you're traveling almost at the speed of sound, feeling nowhere bound, almost out of control, burn rubber and knock your soul, because something is within that you can count on. There is no hand to hold, and the world seems dark and cold. Remember what I told you, and don't you dare look down. Don't you dare look down. Don't look down when you're traveling almost at the speed of sound.
I mean, probably the old saying that never gets worn out is cherish the ones you have, hold them tight. The last camping trip we had, I look back on it because I got the chance to hug and squeeze them real tight, tell them I love them, had a great time, man. Like, they de-winterized their camper just going this last trip, and it was a warm weekend, and we got to make memories, and I got to say goodbye to them. Like, there was nothing left unresolved. Everything was great. Like, with my dad, I was supposed to get down to him before he passed away, but I was at work, and I was going to be there next day. Well, halfway into work, he left. So with Josh, it's just like, I text him, I talk to him. I don't feel great that he's not here, but I don't feel as bad as previous ones where they just left before I could say anything.
You felt resolved. You felt at peace.
Yeah, it still hurts. I was still a mess for the first week, but just cherish all those memories, man. Take pictures. He was great at taking pictures.
Yes, he was.
I rarely did, but I didn't take pictures when we got to the digital age. I have photo albums of all the disposable camera pictures we would take. And I took a lot of them. He would take a lot of them. And that's why I have all those physical ones that I took pictures of to put on his page.
Yeah, that's something to hold on to.
So if you have like one of those friends that you're just connected with, you see at least once a week, talk to every other day, those are the ones that you cherish the most.
Son, what you don't understand, my words might never explain. So I am hoping that time will. Things may not go as you planned. Dark clouds might bring you pain, but I will be in your heart still, telling you don't look down. Don't feast your eyes on things that are on the ground. And if it gets hard to focus when you're traveling almost at the speed of sound,